Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiana with Story House Books. So we are working on part 7 of this Victorian custom folio for my good friend Vicky. Hi Vicky, if you're watching, I know you're going to. Last night I was going to film this, but after we finished panel 3, I just got analysis paralysis. I got stuck. So I didn't film, obviously didn't film it until to this afternoon. So we're going to work on panel 4. I did add, actually, by the way, since I saw you guys, we hadn't finished this one over here. So I did add these glassine bags with some stencil work on top of there to these envelopes here, or envelopes in the pocket here with some lace here. I am going to add some lace to this pocket at some point. And then I did, I wanted to add some embellishments to these as well, hopefully today. And then go back, well, the plan is to also go back to the first panel, and we need to put some envelopes here. And then do more embellishments, which we need to do embellishments on a lot of this stuff. So, let's go ahead and get started. I did some speckling on these with a stencil, but here we go. All right, panel 3 is basically done minus some embellishment there, so we can move on to panel 4. Now for this one, I created some ephemera last night. I did these I was thinking about putting in here. These are actually envelopes that I decoupaged on with Tim Holtz collage paper, so they'll go in here. I also got a picture frame here that I'm thinking about putting in one of the flip outs. So as far as the flip outs go, I think I got, oops, I just dropped the pages. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Okay, I had to smack the table. Still haven't moved my stuff over to my other filming area, but at least I got that whole side cleaned up, everything organized. Pretty much minus 3 boxes of scraps that I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with. So, anyway, I'll be moving my camera so there's no more table shaking. But, so here's what we've got. This here is going to be a tutorial today. I'm going to show you how to create a double, it's actually 4 pockets out of an envelope, right? And we're going to use this paper that I was showing you yesterday as the backing paper, so there'll be that. This is going to be one of the flip outs here, right? Got some other pockets here that I cut up that we're going to probably use. Here is another flip out here that we're going to use, I believe. So, actually, no, that's not. Another one here. So we'll have one here, like this. This will open, like so. And there'll be another one right underneath it. And then that will open like this. And then we'll have stuff that goes on the inside. So I went ahead, scored these, and I went ahead and reinforced the gussets with some washi tape. Well, not washi tape, I'm sorry, linen tape from Tim Holtz. So the measurements of these, if you are crafting along, is this is 10 by 6. The scoring was done at a 1/2 inch and then at 1 inch. So that gave me a 1/2 inch fold for the flap and then a 1/2 inch gusset. Yeah? Okay. So that was the first flap. The second flap I actually cut down to 5.5, but did the same thing as far as the flap and the gusset. I scored it at 1/2 and then scored it at 1 inch, and that gave me the 1/2 inch flap. I'm sorry, back up. This scoring is different. So I scored at 1/2 inch, and then because it's going underneath this 1/2 inch gusset, I scored it at 1/2 and then at 3 1/4, giving us a 1/4 inch gusset there as compared to the 1/2 inch gusset here. I hope that makes sense, right? If we have space, I may put a third page here, and that one, if we scored it, would be at a 1/2 inch for the flap and then 1/8 of an inch for the gusset, so it would fit underneath the second one. So I know that probably all sounds really confusing, so let's get started putting the flaps on, and then we will move on to the tutorial on how to make that 4 pocket out of an envelope. I attached this here because this is actually these are actually thank you cards from my wedding, with the S. My last name is Story, but Vicky's last name also starts with S, so I thought this would be a nice touch to add in here for her last name, so people have her last name start with S. So, got a little nice personal touch for her. All right, so I've already, like I said, reinforced the gusset here with linen tape from Tim Holtz, and we're gonna go ahead and glue this down. We're gonna go ahead and use Fabri-Tac, even though I'm not going to attach it above on top of that stitching. It's easier for me to spread and make sure I get even contact all the way across this surface. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay. And then I'm going to spread it, make sure I get it to the edges. Most important part. Uh-oh, drippy. And again, you don't have to use your finger, use a glue spreader if you have one, or even an old debit card or credit card would work as well. Alright, and now I'm going to put this and place it up to the seam, or up to the stitching, but not on top of it. So I want to be able to see that. Okay, let's hold this down for just a second, make sure I bring this down here. Okay, make sure I'm in frame well. Yeah, okay. So while that cures and grabs, there we go. Okay, make sure that's straight on there. Looks pretty straight. Okay, just gonna lift this up a little bit and press down on the flap underneath. Hopefully it doesn't move. Yeah, okay. Now, keep pressing down on this as well as here. I'm gonna grab my bone folder and just press up against the bottom here, while I'm also pressing against the fold as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to open it a little bit and keep pressing down, making sure it grabs and doesn't move too much. So don't want on stitching. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's let that cure for just a second. So what's going to go on top of here? I got 2 pieces of paper here. We're going to make pockets, or not pockets, but envelopes, because I want that to match the other 3 panels. At the top panel has 2 envelopes. I've already scored these as well. These are 6 by 10, both of them. This comes from Tim Holtz. This comes from Hobby Lobby's Haberdashery paper pack. Okay, so again, these are 6 by 10s as far as measurements. Then I scored each of them at a 1/2 inch on the long edge. Okay, so while that is curing over there, I'm going to let that sit over here, and we're going to make these envelopes real quick. Now, once you scored a 1/2 inch on both sides, just go and fold your paper. Now, I've shown you guys this before, but just in case you have not seen that video or seen me or watched me do it before, you're just going to fold over your scores and give them a good creasing with your bone folder or the back of your scissors or whatever you have. Alright, and then we're going to fold it up. Now, you want to be careful not to make them too big so they don't both fit. So let me go back over here. I'm going to keep this close by so I can measure the height of both of these together. Right? So, here's the first one. And I don't want it to go past right here, so it's a little bit directional. Which one do I want to be up? This side I want it up. Okay, so if I do it here, this ought to work. Okay, so we're going to make this pocket about that tall. I'm going to fold that up. Okay. Then we're going to fold down our flap. Make sure that's even. Use our bone folder to get that down. Make sure this is even here. It's a little low on this side. I think that looks about even. Okay, so we'll do that one, and then we'll go back in and we'll do the mitering in a second. Let's go ahead and fold this one here. Alright, this is not directional, so I'm going to bring this down here so I can measure the height on this one as well to get them to kind of match. I'll get them real close. So, I'll bring this down. Alright, I think that's about right. Let's see. Pretty close. Close enough. Okay. Do that here. And then fold this flap down as well. Alright, so now we have 2 envelopes that we're still not done with, right? So what do we do next? We're going to open it all the way back up, including the folds, right? And then we're going to miter these flaps, or the folds here. So grab your scissors, and where the 2 lines intersects, where the horizontal and this vertical line, where it intersects is where you're going to cut the, I call it a carrot cut, or you can call it an arrow, pyramid, triangle, whatever. You're going to cut at an angle on both sides of that line up to the intersection. Okay? And then do that on the other side. Alright. Now, we're mostly there. Okay? Flip it up and just press down on these again. Now, since this is going to fold up and make our envelope, you're going to want to cut at an angle near the opening of the envelope, just to get rid of the bulk, and that way you don't see it on the when you fold this up. Otherwise, you would see it sticking out up here. Okay, and this gives it a little slicker look as well. Now, I am going to put a notch in this. This is a shallow one. This is my 2-inch hole punch. Alright, great. Now, you can either ink now, which I'm going to do with my scorched timber. Sorry about the shaking of the table, y'all. Please just bear with me on this. Now, I do this before I glue it down for one particular spot that it's harder to get when it's glued up. This little flap here, right there, that will show. So I get up in here and get that as well. Okay. Now, you guys know I do like a darker border when I'm inking, so I'm going back to doing that. Okay, I think we're good here. Alright, now I'm going to cut the flap at an angle. Now, I don't measure these anymore because I mean, I'm pretty good at eyeballing them now. So, let's see how that looks. There you go. And look a little off here. There. There it is. Okay, good. Now, let's go ahead and grab our glue. I'm going to use, because this is kind of a shiny material, I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this envelope versus art glitter glue. Some glue on my fingers. Alright, then just press that up. Hold it for just a second while it grabs. Hopefully it does grab. A little bit of squidgy coming out. Okay, I think we're good there. Alright, let's let that set. And then there is our envelope. Let's go ahead and ink this top crease. And the flap. Okay. Alright, there's one. Oops, there's some glue there. Did I get it? Okay. Alright, I'm going to put a clip on just this one side. I'm just having a little bit of trouble grabbing there, so this one looks alright. Alright, let's put this one to the side and do the other. Okay, let's go ahead and glue these together. Sit still. Oh, I didn't ink it like I was going to, but I can still do it. I meant to ink it before I folded it up, but I forgot, which I always forget to ink. And I forgot to put the hole punch in. So let's just do that real quick too before the glue dries. Let's go a little bit deeper than that. There we go. A little deeper than I wanted, but that's okay. It still works. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the flap and then we'll ink it like I was supposed to have done. This one now, it should be good. Yep, we're good there. There's our pocket. Okay, let's go ahead and get the opening here as well. Make sure that the flaps didn't glue themselves shut also. These little flaps right here, you're going to make sure that there's separation so you have your room in your pocket like that, right? Okay. Alright, now we have our two pockets, here and here. Yeah. Now we are going to put some twine around these, so let's go ahead and flip these over. Grab, if you want to use ribbon, or I'm using a jute twine here. And cut off a long enough string for that. Just going to wrap around and tie in the front. Alright, so let's do this one first. All I'm going to do is measure, not measure, but just make sure it's even on both ends. And then I'm going to glue it to the back, like so. Find the middle-ish, or wherever you want your twine or ribbon to be. And then I just, you know, kind of eyeball it and drop the twine into that glue, kind of roll it in it a little bit, and then just press down on it. Now it'll grab pretty quick. And flip it over. Now, flip that over, and then we're just going to tie a bow, and that'll keep it closed. There we go. Okay, and I'll cut the extra off in just a second. So let's do the other one. stuck on my finger. Careful about that. Okay. And then again, we're just going to tie the bow. Make enough. Ooh, this is barely long enough. I cut this one a little short. That's okay. It's enough to make a bow. Just won't have to have any extra cut off. See? And then we just do a little maneuvering with the bow threads. This through the loop. And there we go. So now we have two here. Let me tie this a little bit better. I want it to be up here. There we go. Alright, let's cut off a little bit of extra here. And there are our two envelopes. Alright, this is ready to go. So, we're going to attach those here. Like so. Yes? Doesn't really matter, but I kind of, for some reason I like it better like this. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to sew this flat. No worries, I can still do it. Okay, it's just not going to be easy. Okay, I'm going to go sew this. I'll be right back. I'm going to pause here. So just hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Alright, so while I was sewing, I went ahead and sewed these pockets in case I wanted to use them. Get that out of the way. That was not easy, folks, to sew that. It attached to the book already. Good goodness. But I was able to do it. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and attach those pockets. Where did they go? Oh, there we go. Here and here. Okay. Let's use art glitter glue. No, we're going to use Fabri-Tac. Sorry. Okay, and let's place these so I know where we're going here. Yep, okay, that one over here. Sorry with the shaking table again. Let me try not to be so rough with it. Alright, that one is there. Alright, let's get this one down. Okay, and this one will go here. Make sure that's straight. Okay. Now we just press down on this one. Oop, moved it. Alright, now those are down. Alright, there we go with that. Alright, next thing we're going to do is, let's see, what was I planning on putting on the inside? Right. Okay, so now we're going to do, now we're going to do the tutorial on the next piece that's going to go on the inside of that flip. Excuse me, I'm trying to stay tidy as we craft today, or as much as possible. Okay, so this is the envelope that we're going to use here, one of the long ones. Doesn't have to be craft paper, whatever color you have is fine, whatever color you want to use. This is going to be the backing of that pocket. Alright, so you get one of your longer envelopes like this. Now you can even use junk mail envelopes, whichever. Grab your glue of choice. You're going to glue that flap down. Okay, now the next part is just depending on how long you want your pocket, because what we're going to do is we're going to flip this up and we'll have one pocket here and there'll be 3 pockets out of this piece here. So I want mine to be about as long, not as long as this, but like sit in the middle by itself, maybe. So I'm going to fold it up about, this looks like about 3 inches, give or take. Again, I'm just eyeballing it. Give that a nice crease there. Now, here is the important part. You're going to want to snip just a sliver off the end, both ends actually. So just enough to open that pocket, open it up to make it a pocket, right? See, not much at all. Is that even? Pretty close. Let me even out this bottom pocket though, it's not even. There we go. Okay, and do the same thing to this bottom part that we just flipped up. Just a sliver. You don't need to take off much, unless you want to. Again, up to you. It's your pocket. Alright, so now we have a pocket here. Yeah. Here. And we have a pocket up here, right? I'm going to take this piece out. Okay. Let's make sure there's a little bit of glue that's smudged when we glued the flap down. So I'm just going to separate it with my bone folder like that. Probably do the same thing down here. Come on, get in there. There we go. Yeah. Glued a little bit right there. Okay. I'm going to go back and do that again once it's a little drier. Alright, so now you have a piece that looks like this. Yeah? Now, what we're going to do with backing paper is we are going to cover up this section, and then make whatever's left over, we'll make another pocket on top of that, right? So I've already measured the width that I wanted for this, right? So if I know it's going to fold up this much, I only really need to use maybe this much of the paper for this top part, yeah? So let's go ahead and cut that where we want it. Give it a little bit of room here. And you can use your paper trimmer, of course, if you'd like to. So we put that piece here with a little bit of border around, and that's what it's going to look like up there. Yeah? So let's glue that down using our Fabri-Tac. Now this paper is got a pattern pressed into it, so I have to put a little bit more down just to make sure that it gets in all those grooves, yeah? Okay, now go ahead and flip this and attach it here where we want it, or how we want the outside of the border to look, or how much envelope we want showing. That looks pretty good. I don't want to press down too hard on this paper because I don't want to damage the impression on there. Alright, now that's done. Alright, we're going to flip this up, yeah? We're going to do the same thing. It's however much we want. Then we'll cut that. So I want a little bit of a border around the bottom. There we go. So this piece will go here, like that. That looks a little wide, doesn't it? Let me cut off a little sliver on this side. Now that matches up much better with the top. Yeah? Yes, okay. Let's glue this piece down. Okay. Take that piece and attach it to the bottom. You want to kind of line it up with your top piece. Yeah? Okay. Now, alright, now that's down. I have a little bit of the splooge coming out, so let's grab our eraser. Make sure that that doesn't stay there. You don't want that. And since we're using Fabri-Tac, if we try to go back around and ink over that glue, the ink or the oxide ink will not attach there or will not show. It will not go over Fabri-Tac. A little piece of trivia for you. I'm having to go back and press down the edges because of that pressed in pattern and embossed pattern. It is popping up a little bit in some spots. So I am going to have to press down the edges to make sure that that glue catches all the way. Do the same thing with up here. Just run my bone folder over the edges, through the corners. Okay, I think we're good. All right, that's pretty, right? Okay, now with this leftover, we can make a small pocket to go over here. Now, if we wanted to, we could probably pull off two pockets, one here and one up there. Maybe we will. Let's try this. Let's do this bottom one first. Okay, so I'm going to cut it basically in half. Make sure these are even. Uh-oh. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to lay it, I'm going to make it very, I'm going to actually lay it as a flat pocket here. So let's cut off a little more, make it less wide as we're putting it. I'm going to leave this one as a flat pocket. Now, I know I say I hate tight pockets, but I have a trick to make sure it's not. Now, let's go ahead and ink this before we put the glue on it. Yeah? And we're using scorched timber again today. Now I need to actually cut the hole. Now this type of paper is not very conducive to hole punch, so I need to get a scrap to back it up so I can do this. Otherwise it won't punch through this paper. I've tried it before and it got jammed. So let's do this here. There we go. So what I did is I took a piece of like Tim Holtz scrap and just put it up behind it to back it up, and it cut that hole. Just in case we do it again. And it'll go right here. So let's ink that so you can actually see it. Isn't this paper pretty? It is beautiful. I love the pearlescence of it. And it fits right in with this design, I think. Now, should I round the corners? What do y'all think? I don't think I will. Alright, and this will go right here. Yeah? Okay. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to ink the edges of this envelope as well. Probably should have inked the paper, but maybe I will here in a second. But let's just do this first. It should hit it as I'm going around anyway. And it is. Alright. Let's grab the bottom here. And we'll go up the sides of this one. Put it on the bottom part. Alright, so that's what it looks like so far. Pretty cute, right? I think so too. Alright, now, I think what I'm going to do, go back in here and make sure it didn't glue itself shut. There we go. I think I'm going to go ahead and pop a notch there too. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It should be fine with that envelope behind it. I want to just do it in the pocket or the whole thing. I think I'll just do it in the pocket. That way you can see that there's another pocket in the back. Alright. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm not claiming this pocket as my own design. I got this from watching one of the mask makes from Shabby Dabby Doodah. So yeah, this is not my idea. But I think it's really cute. So, I want to put a notch up here also. I can't remember if I did that before. Guess we should go ahead and make it match, huh? Yeah, okay. Fine. Let's put a notch up here. Make sure it's in the middle. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's grab some more ink here. And get right in here. And there we go. So we have so far. Let's go ahead and attach this pocket here at the bottom. I'm going to put a little extra glue on this one too, make sure it catches. And then I'll show you my little trick to keep it from getting too tight when you glue it down flat. But if you haven't already seen it before. Okay, so we're going to take our pocket, place it, and once it grabs here, I'm going to put my thumbs here in these bottom corners. Yeah? Make sure it's even. In the bottom corners, hold it down, and then my 2 index fingers, I'm going to put it in these corners here and just push inwards towards the middle a little bit. And you'll see how the envelope popped up just a little bit, like that. That will keep it from being too tight once the glue grabs, right? Now, you don't want to do it too much. You don't want it like poking out like a little pot belly. Just a little bit. Okay? I don't know if you can tell, but there's actually just a little bit of room there now to put something in there versus it being flat against the paper. Yeah? Oh, I just moved it. Alright, let me grab my bone folder and push these edges down because they are giving me grief. It's just not wanting to stick with this Fabri-Tac, is it? Alright, push it a little bit, and let's hope that grabs. Let's put some clips on it just in case. Oh, that didn't reach. And I should have one more clip left for the bottom. There we go. Alright, we're going to let that sit. I don't think I'm going to put a pocket up there. Maybe we could. But I think it's a little overkill. Is it, though? Is it? We don't want to waste the scrap, so why not? Let's put a pocket up there, too. It's still a little wide. Here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the divot while that other one is drying. There we go. And we'll ink this one also. Okay, so we'll put this one right here. And let's just hope that this one has dried now. Enough to where we can release the clips at least. Alright, so we're good. We'll do the same thing with this top one once we glue it down. Again, a little extra splooge of glue to get into those creases. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and place this one. Be careful, you don't want to go into the pocket below, right? Just make sure that you give it a little bit of room and make it high enough on this main pocket up here. Alright, I'm going to clip this down just so it stays out of my way while I'm doing this. Okay, and then like I said before, I'm going to hold the corners and then just push a little bit there. Make sure my fingers get glued to it. Is that even? No, it's a little crooked. There we go. Alright, now we're going to clip these also, just to be proactive, huh? Now, we will have to hold this bottom part until it catches, because I don't have a clip that'll obviously do that. Okay, this one looks all right. Now while that one up there is drying, okay. Yeah, it's still being a little bit of a pain down there. I got glue on my fingers. You know what's really good about getting glue off fingers? Is your eraser. Will take the glue right off. Alright. Now we're going to glue this edge up here. Extra glue right there. Alright, we're just going to put some Fabri-Tac here on the very edge. Alright, then just fold it up. And we're going to grab clips. It should be fine because it's going against paper, or envelope against envelope, but just in case, I'm going to clip them down so that glue grabs. Yeah? Just because of this type of paper that I'm using, the design paper, it is a little fiddly. So, but you see how it's bowed out now a little bit? Right here? So you have pockets. Alright, so how many pockets do we have? Well, we have more than 4 now. So we have pockets here, right here. That's a deep one. Pocket here. We'll have a pocket actually behind here. So right there is a pocket. And then another pocket right here that we just made. And then the pocket in the front. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pockets here. Yes? Isn't that cute? I think that's cute. Alright, cool? Cool. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to just rub my eraser across, see if there's any glue sticking out. Maybe there's just a little bit over here. We don't want that to be seen, right? Cute, right? That is super cute. So the one with that Chevy Video saws didn't have as many pockets, I don't believe, but either way, it was a great idea, so I'm glad I watched it. I love watching her mask makes. I think she's well into 200 weeks worth. I know she got, does reruns and stuff, but when I first started doing this paper crafter junk journaling, I guess I've only been doing this about a year, y'all. About a year. And I went through every single one of her mask makes and learned how to make, building my stash and whatnot. And this was one of the lessons there, so I've added a little bit to it. Okay, so let's add this to our flap here. Now, I haven't decided, so that's going to go here. And it looks like we have enough room for a pocket there, so we may come back to that. Oh, actually, why can't we just do that right there? And there's the S card for some writing space for Vicky. I think we want to cut this down now. Let's see where this fold is. Over here. And that fold is right there. It'll hang off a little bit, which I don't actually mind. So let's not cut it and let it kind of hang off like a little tab. That can go there. And then this will go down here at the bottom. And there we go. Yeah? Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue this one down first. We could even make a 7 pocket if we don't glue the top down, so why don't we? So now there's 7 pockets for this thing. So Vicky, pay attention so you know later that there are 7 pockets with this piece that I'm attaching now. Okay. Just to be sure, I'm clipping it down. And then I'll just press on this side till it catches. All right, well that is catching. We are going to attach this piece, Aerotech. So we're going to attach it all the way down. I mean, it's going to have to be partly out, so I want to be careful not to put glue on that edge. So I'll put a glue here, and then all the way across. And we'll attach here. Make sure it's not impeding on the fold area. And just simply press this down. Make sure it's straight. And there we go. Okay, ow. And there we go. Okay. All right. Now this hopefully will have grabbed by now. Oop, there goes one. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, there's the inner panel for that one. All right, let's see. We should have some more time here. All right, next piece. Now, where is this one attached? Okay, so this is where you gotta be careful. See where the edge, not the tape, but the edge of the paper where the flap is. You're gonna want to butt this up against it. This part here up to there, but not over it. Yeah? So, like this. Okay, it's a little fiddly getting it up to that point without, you know, it moving around a lot. So you want to make sure that your gussets are really creased really well. So you can see with one, so you can see what you're doing and which fold you're supposed to be using. Now let me get my bone folder and do this really hard. It's reinforced with the linen tape on both sides, so you're not going to hurt it. You just want to make sure that gusset is very well defined when you're doing something like this. Okay, that is pretty good. I think it's going to get much better than that. Alright, so let's add our glue, and then we're going to just slide it up to that edge of the paper, edge of that flap from the first main flap there. Okay, now I'm going to spread the glue to the edges. Make sure I got it all the way to this edge. Okay. Now, tricky part. Carefully put your flap down. Put your strings out, I want to see it glued underneath. Okay, and just slide it up to that edge. Okay. On both sides, you don't want to be over that paper. Alright, let me grab my... I'm out of baby wipes. Oh no. Get rid of this glue here. I'll come back to that once it dries a little bit, once this sets. So you want to make sure it is straight. As you're letting the glue set. Open it up. Don't open it all the way because you won't want to pull it off the paper until it sets. And just kind of press against that flap. You can use your bone folder to press against it and push up against the fold itself to even more define that fold for the gusset. Alright? Okay, now this is kind of sliding down. Let's pull it up. You don't want it outside of the... I think we are getting there. Alright, well that is setting. So what have we done? We got this pocket, this writing space, and these two envelopes here. So the idea is, for here we'll put some stuff on top of here, on the inside, and then this main flap. Now, considering that we were at 49 minutes, we're not going to finish panel 4. Irritating. I really want to finish that today. That's okay. We'll just have to do part 8 and part 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Whatever it takes to get this thing done. But we are finishing this booger this weekend. So it's Sunday, so we are finishing it today. As soon as I get back grocery shopping. Alright, let me get rid of this extra glue down here. Oh, it's still setting. Okay. Alright, how are we doing? Pretty close to being done there. Okay, I think that's pretty much set. Alright, so what's going to go on the top here? She loves this architecture here, so I don't want to cover it too much. So I think I'm going to use the decoupage here, I think. Or we could put pockets here, but that would really cover it up a lot. And I don't want to cover it, and it also kind of blends too much into it. So let's see what we got here. No, how about we use some vellum? I guess you can still see through it a little. We could put architecture, so we could use the grid vellum, so you can still see the architecture behind it, and the grid kind of falls in line with architecture, right? So I have this grid. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that would look kind of cool. Alright, Vicky, hope you don't mind. We're going to put a grid on it because I don't want to lose that architecture. Let me just see one more time. Yeah, because you lose it if I use that. Alright, so we're going to use the grid vellum here. Or we can just use clear vellum. Why do I have to use grid? I've got some vellum over here to my right. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so let's make some pockets here. And we'll maybe even use some lace on them or something, or some embellishment for it. Alright, so let's cut us a pocket here. Gotta make a straight cut. Pretty good. So there'll be a pocket there. And then we'll make another pocket down here at the bottom. It's a little wide, so let's cut this down. That'll work. Okay. So for these, we'll make gusseted pockets. Put this out here. All right. Let's let that set over here. Make these pockets real quick. And we could even sew these if we wanted to. Now, if you wanted to score these, I would score them at either a 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch, either or. That's straight. No, it's a little high. There we go. All right, cool beans. There's one. Two. Is that straight? Yep, that's straight. Three. I did it again. A little size, a little high. Here we go. All right, let's miter our corners. And the opening. And let's go ahead and give it a notch as well. Yeah. Oops, right in the shirt. There we go. Alright, there's one. Maybe we should do some stenciling on it. I think that would be cool. So instead of just plain, there's a little stenciling on there. Just gotta pick a design. And I'd want to do that before we attach it, so let me think here. Alright, there's 2 vellum pockets. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and ink these. Now these I'm just doing lightly. I don't want these too dark. It's more like it's patting it on top there. Yeah, okay. Alright. Now, let's see how these look. I don't think I'm going to sew them. I don't want to risk the integrity of it by putting 100 holes in it. I'm sure it would be fine. Let's see how it looks without it. So a pocket here, like that, and you can still see the architecture through it, which is what I want. Yeah, for sure. Okay. We'll put some embellishment on it. As far as stenciling goes, what should I put? Let's see what I've got sitting right here. So I have this, which would look nice on it. I also have some lace stuff here. Nah. Some doily stuff. We could stamp it also with something instead of doing stenciling on it. Now if I glue these down and then try to stencil it, you're going to see the flaps all around it. So I have to make a decision now whether I'm going to stamp it or stencil it. I think I'm going to stamp it. I have some flourishes that'll look really cute there. So let me grab those real quick. Where are they? They are... Okay, so I cleaned up everything. Now I don't know where I put stuff. Oh, there it is. Right. So where are my flourishes? Well, let's see what I got here. Just gotta find it. Where'd you go? No, you're in here because I just used it. There you are. Alrighty. So we're going to use these from Bo Bunny. I got these at Hobby Lobby. And we are going to stamp these with some flourishes. Here. Some simple ones. And we'll attach, and then we may have to stop there. So let's see. How about... Let's see. And I guess we probably want to do black or brown. Let's go with brown. And I think we'll put just flourishes in the corners. Like one right there. This is actually like this. Here. Let's see what that looks like. Let me grab a block. It's got some red on it. I'll wipe that off. Okay, and should we use black or should we use brown? And I think there's some of that scrap paper. I want to see what the brown looks like and see what the black looks like, and then we can decide. Yeah. So for the black, I'm going to use archival ink because I'm pretty sure that VersaFine Clair will not dry on vellum. We can try it and see. Let's find out. All right, here's the archival black. It'll look like this. That's pretty, yeah. That's permanent waterproof. Now let's do in brown. See what that looks like. I just got this. It's actually coffee colored. Oh, that's pretty too. I think I'm liking the coffee. And just for giggles, let's do the experiment with the VersaFine Clair and see if that would even dry. Because I know, like on the Tim Holtz craft paper, the colored, paper, not the craft colored craft paper, but the color like the blacks and the browns and whatever, this does not dry. I don't care how long you leave it, it will not dry. So I always use archival ink on those. The craft paper is fine. Let's put it over here. Now I can already tell I still see it's wet. Let's see if this one is dried. Still smudgy a little bit, so we just have to be careful with it. This one probably will smudge too. Yeah, that smudges. And this one, yeah. Okay, so definitely archival ink. We're going to go in brown. And we're going to let those sit out and dry before we attach them. So once I stamp them, we'll stop there because I'm pretty sure if I look up, we'll be at... Uh-oh. That's my kitty making a mess. Let me clean off this stamp. I do have one big wet left. I left one to dry. I don't want the black to come through the brown or the coffee color anyway. Alright, so let's do the brown. You call it brown, it's coffee. Coffee. I can read real good. Alright, we're going to put this one right here. Oh, that's pretty. Should we do an opposite one on the top? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I'm kind of liking it by itself, as a matter of fact. Maybe I'll put a different one on the other side. I don't know. Alright. This one will go here. Now that is super cute. What do you think, Vicky? I like it. So let's clean this one off. Where did I put the baby wipe at? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, put that back. What do we think about the other flourishes there? Maybe... I want to put one here. This would be kind of cute coming off the side. No, but we'd have to do it both ways. It wouldn't look right. Or we can do it here. Kind of like it there. So I really want to put something up in that corner. Like that one. I think that one actually. Alright, let's do it. Let's see what happens. We can always cut up a new piece of vellum if it doesn't look right. Let's just take a gander and see what it looks like. Alright, let's see here. No. This way maybe? You want it horizontal or vertical? I kind of like both ways, you guys. Vertical, let's just, can't decide. I don't like it at the bottom. Guys, I'm having trouble. Alright, let's just do it this way to make any decision. We're going to go vertical with it. Right there. Good decision. That's pretty. What do y'all think? I like it. Alright, we're going to let that dry. Do the other one, and then we're going to stop here because I do not want to smudge that. It's too pretty. Alright, let's do this at a little bit at an angle. Right there. Look at that. That is cute. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Alright, let's put this back. Get the ink out of the way. I'm going to go check that ink that we just tested and see if it's dried by now. Just to get an idea how long it's going to take. Still a little smudgy right there. Alright, so it's going to have to take some time. Ooh, and that just smudges all over the place. That definitely wouldn't have been a good idea. Alright, let's see if it's waterproof. Oh, well, once it dries, it's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to put these aside to dry. I might take my heat tool just to it just a little bit. If it's still not dry when I get back from grocery shopping. But isn't that cute? I love it. That is super cute. Alright, folks. So, what did we get done? Well, not as much as I would have liked. We did get the envelopes done. We did do a tutorial on this piece here. Added that. We added both the flaps. And we did test the vellum envelopes that we're going to attach here. God, that's so cute, y'all. I love that. Vicky, I hope you like that. I think it's super cute. Yeah? Okay. So, if she doesn't like it, you'll see me. We'll see those again in the next video. Alright, let's put these aside. I'm going to put them on my computer where it's a little warm to kind of help it along to dry. Okay, folks. That's going to be it for this video. We have hit an hour, and I do not want to go over it. Well, we've hit over an hour. So, alright, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell to make sure you get notified on any new content that comes up. This is part 6 of the Victorian Folio. If you liked it and you want to continue watching our series, or just if you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps out my channel. Also, just another announcement, I am creating a Ko-Fi shop. Over there, you'll be able to get access to any freebies that I'll make available, especially when we hit subscriber milestones. Also, there's a button there to buy me a coffee. I am trying to get my printer fixed. I said fixed. My printer fixed. And then, of course, I was fortunate enough to have 2 sales yesterday that would cover the expenses. But, of course, they're out of stock of one of the 2 parts that I need. So I can't even ship the 2 books that were purchased at the moment. So anyway, so yeah, the Ko-Fi channel is not, it's up, it's live. I just don't have anything on it yet. So if you want to go over there and just save the link, please feel free. I think that's it for today. And I will see you guys in the next video. We're going to come back to this and hopefully get this done. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.